My friends, it is well known that a Swiss Army knife has many different tools, each tool being intended for a different use. Each tool has more than one function. Some of these functions can be non-obvious. So, a Swiss Army knife can cover many of our needs and can also keep us prepared for an emergency situation. Except for the built-in tools which fold into the body of the knife, a classic Swiss Army knife usually includes some additional mini tools which are very cleverly placed sliding inside the scales. So a classic Swiss Army knife usually includes a pair of tweezers on the front scale, a toothpick on the back side. Also, on models manufactured after 1991, at the base of the scale we will find a slot for a stainless steel pin. But there are some models that are available with plus type scales. The difference between classic scales and plus scale is that the plus scales also have a pen slot on the back side. Also with the plus scales comes the pin and the mini screwdriver. Another difference that the plus scales have that the most people don't know about is that on the back side there is also a hidden tool slot. As you can see over here is an extra hidden tool slot. Let me show you a little bit better. Over here is a classic scale and over here is a plus scale. As you can see over here the plus scales have an extra hidden tool slot. The simple scales doesn't have this extra tool slot. I said before this tool slot is hidden because the slot entrance is sealed, as you can see. So the question that arises is, why is there this tool slot since there is not possibility of placing a tool in this slot? The answer is that some models have a built-in digital screen on the front scale, so there is no room for the tweezers on this scale. So on this case there is an extra slot on the back scales for the tweezers. Let me show you this type of tweezers because it's a little bit different than the classic. Over here is the classic tweezers and here is the tweezers for the back side. As you can see, it's a little bit shorter. Therefore, in models that do not have a digital display, the tweezers are placed on the front scale and the tweezers slot on the back scale is not needed. Today's idea is to open the hidden slot of the plus scales so we can place an additional tool on our Swiss Army knife to increase its functions and make our Swiss Army knife even more useful. If your Swiss Army knife does not have plus scales, you can buy the plus scales separately and place them on your Swiss Army knife that you already have. So my friends, let's see how we can open this hidden tool slot to make our Swiss Army knife even more useful. The only tool that we're gonna need to open the hidden tool slot is a file. The file must be a little bit smaller than the size of the slot. Also, we can use the file of a Swiss Army knife. Be careful, we only need to file the plastic piece that seals the entrance to the slot. When we remove the plastic piece that seals the slot, we need to increase the length of the entrance so that the tool head can fit inside. But be careful, the opening of the slot must be the same size as the tool head. So, file the scale lightly and test very often if the tool head fits. This way you will avoid making the slot opening larger. When the tool head fits exactly into the slot, we are ready to place the scales on the knife. So let's put to the test the extra hidden slot to know how it works. As you can see, the tweezers, it fit very well into the scale. Also, it fit very snug, so it stay in place as well. Now we can place in this extra hidden slot any tool that we believe that is useful for us. Any tool that doesn't include in our Swiss Army knife, we can modify it to fit in this extra hidden slot. For example, over here I have modified the Firefly fire starter to fit in this extra slot, so I don't miss any of the rest tools of my Swiss Army knife. Also over here I have a modified toothpick to work as a tick removal tool. But for this Swiss Army knife I have placed the tweezers that it comes for this extra tool, and in the normal tweezer slot I have modified a tweezers to work as a pick lock tool. Let's see how it works. So my friends, what other tool could we add to our Swiss Army knife to make it even more useful? Tell me your ideas about it. Maybe we can modify a sharpening device to add it in this extra hidden tool so it will be possible to sharpening our Swiss Army knife in the field. What do you believe about? Tell me your ideas. So my friends, this was today's video. Until the next one, stay safe. Thanks for your support. Thanks for watching.